bizarre. Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I like to meet, pretty woman. I don't believe you, you're not the truth. No one could look as good as you. Well, aren't you going to answer me then? I know that voice. It's off. That doesn't make sense.
Come on, Roy. You've got mail. Oi, just a swiftie. You know you want to. The world doesn't stop just because you've turned your phone off. I've got messages for you. I've got emails, I've got texts. You're a popular guy, Roy.
I'm not allowed to use my mobile while I'm working. And why am I telling you this? You don't exist.
Come on. I know you only too well. Think about it, Roy. Could be your wife on the phone. Could be a text from your bookie. Maybe it's a win. Oh, and Eddie sent an email. He can't make dance on Tuesday. Go on. Pick it up. Who else is going to find out? Hey?
No. You're not there. You can't be.
Oh, well. Please yourself.
It's getting worse. I need help. Hello? Yes. Yes, no, I'm on the way. Yeah, sorry. Bye. I'm late.
Roy Matthews, train driver. A man on the edge of a nervous breakdown. A man addicted to mobile technology. A man who's been handed a lifeline. It won't make him faster, stronger, or slimmer. But in time, he'll have the strength to say, "No!"
Oi! You mad?
Excuse me?
Are you mad?
Oh, yeah, well, I suppose so, yeah.
Good. You come to the right place. What's the name?
My name's Roy Matthews. I spoke to somebody on the phone.
Roy, welcome. It's my good self you spoke to. Come on in and meet the others. Come on.
Roy?
Katie?
What are you here for?
Mobile phone problems, yeah?
Suspended.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
Och, everybody, let's get started. Okay, everybody, let's get started. Now, welcome to the first session. I'm your counsellor. Oh, lie down, matron. And my name's Pete. Obviously, it's Peter, but I think Pete sounds a little bit more informal. So, is there anybody out there who would like to abbreviate their first name? Anyone? For a bit of a laugh? Terry, would you like to be a tell? No. Katie, you could be a cat. Meow. We'll forget that. Anyway, we're all here today because we're all mad. Because MAD stands for Mobile Addiction and Dependency. So there you are. We're all mad. Right, so we're going to play a little game just to get to know each other's names. So I'm going to throw the ball to you and shout your name. You'll throw the ball to somebody else and you'll shout their name. And by the end of the game, we'll all know each other's names.
But we don't know each other's names.
Exactly.
But how do I throw the ball to her and say her name if I don't know her name?
Tell them your name.
Debbie.
There. Well, I'll throw the ball to you and say, Carl. You throw the ball to Debbie and you say Debbie.
Debbie.
There we go. You'll remember that. Your turn, Debbie.
Pete.
Oh. Well, I think everybody knows my name, so I'm going to say Terry. Right, let's talk about Mobile phones. Now, mobile phones are a relatively new addition to our lives. In fact, the first mobile phone call in this country wasn't made until 1985. And you'll never guess in a million years who made the first call. Go on, have a stab. You'll never get it.
Ernie Wise.
Yeah, it was. I don't think you get that one.
Why did they pick Ernie Wise?
I think Eric had just died and they gave him a job to cheer him up.
We didn't do much without him, did he?
Well, I did see him once on Countdown. He was in Dictionary Corner.
Who's Ernie Wise?
Also, another little known fact is that since its introduction some 3 years ago, over 200 million iPhones have been sold already. Enough if laid end to end to circle the planet Pluto 3 times.
Pluto's not a planet anymore.
Of course it is.
It was declassified in 2006 to dwarf status.
Surely not.
Yeah, he's right.
Anyway, 37%... Are you sure? Oh! Slept in, did we? And who have we got here?
Detective Sergeant Harvey Pratt, Metropolitan Police.
Look, I know what this is about. I get the DVDs from a little Chinese kid in our estate called Wang. Have a heart. They're only £2. Their new releases are 15 in the shops, and that's madness.
I'm here to join the group.
I knew that. It was just my little joke. I mean, this lot will tell you what a joker I am. I'm mental. Right. So, what we're going to do is...
Could you get him The Hobbit? Who? Wang.
Wang doesn't exist, OK? Right, so, who's going to share their story with us? Ah, Debbie. Debbie. Now, Debbie had a little problem with eBay, which led to an uncomfortable situation last week. Tell us about it, Debbie.
Well, it wasn't my fault, really. Well, I suppose I was partly to blame. You see, I was bidding for my steak knives.
Bidding for your steak knives?
Bidding for her steak knives.
I'd sold them the month before for £17, and now they were back on for 14. Good, eh? It's the winning. I've never been a winner before at anything. But the rush I get from winning a bid. It all started when my daughter Lisa was born and I couldn't fit back into my old jeans. Somebody suggested eBay. Within 2 weeks, I'd swapped all my old gear for different sizes and made a profit. And that was that. Hooked. Old clothes, unwanted Christmas presents. I'd sell anything to get money to bid and to win. And then, last week, I saw my steak knives back on. £3 profit, I had to have them. So I joined in the bid and I was in front. And then I had to take Lisa to school during the auction. 1 minute. Come on, baby, come on.
Mum, you just almost hit that car.
Not now, darling, Mum is busy. 40 seconds, I've got them, come on.
Mum, you've just knocked a man off his bike.
Quiet, darling. Cyclists have got notoriously bad road skills. You'll learn that when you start driving. Aha! You think you can bid against me in the dying seconds and get away with it, do ya? Lise, take the wheel, Lise. Mummy's busy.
Mummy, there's a police car in front of us.
Think you can get the better of me, you cow?
He's stopping.
Have some of that.
Mummy, he's stopped.
They're my steak knives, they're mine! Yes! Got him!
Mummy, we've hit the policeman's car. He doesn't look happy.
Oh dear. I can avoid a criminal record if I attend these classes.
She can avoid a criminal record if she attends these classes.
Don't worry, Debbie. You're in the best place. But of course, we can't defend the use of social media whilst driving. Now, in a recent survey, 41% said that they didn't use their mobile phone whilst in the car. But of the 49% that did, 71% said it distracted them. That means that only 29% thought that it didn't affect their driving performance.
There's 10% missing.
No. 71 and 29 equals 100.
No, 41% don't use mobiles, 49% do. That leaves 10%.
Well, the other 10% are probably too busy texting to notice if it affects their driving or not. Right, So, shall we have another story from one of the group? Now, how about Katie Cat? Meow.
I never thought I was the kind of person to get hooked on Facebook. Then, one day I bumped into a friend who told me that she was in touch with the old gang from our college days and that they were always swapping stories and photos online and asking after me. So I joined.
Asking after her, so she joined.
People you don't even know ask to be your friends. Virtual strangers commenting on you and giving you lifestyle tips. Bit weird. Then one night, I went to a house party and I met a guy who I'd been communicating with on my homepage. He was nice. I had a bit too much to drink. We slept together. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens. But he didn't tell me that he had a girlfriend. Next thing I knew...
What a sneaky bitch. The quiet ones are always trouble. Get your own man, you ugly cow. You better watch your back, slapper.
I thought, it's okay. I can deal with this. But I soon realised I was addicted. Addicted to knowing what people thought about me. No. It didn't happen. It's all in the mind. I later found out he was preparing a presentation. TART. Tidy and reliable trains.
Tidy and reliable trains.
I'm sorry, but do you have to keep doing that?
What?
Tweeting whilst other people are burying their souls.
I've got 2,000 followers, mate. I can't let them down.
Tell you what, come on. Let's all put our mobile phones in this basket. Come on. It will avoid temptation. Come on, everybody. There we go. L-Tel at the back. Thank you. Carl. Right. There we are. The cutting of the umbilical cord. The severing of the Siamese twin. Doesn't that feel good? Terry, tell us your story. Bus driver, I think?
All the time I'm in this room, I am a political prisoner.
Ooh, a bit strong, I think.
Oh, do you? I have had my human rights abused. I've been wrongly accused of offences of which I'm largely innocent. And then I've been forced to attend this sham of a meeting in order to try and get my job back. You think that's too strong?
Well, let's put it to the group. Now, Terry completed his whole journey route without picking up one single fare. Several stranded passengers complained, and his company investigated his phone data and discovered he'd been talking on his mobile phone the whole duration of the journey.
Were you?
On and off.
So what's the problem? It's a sackable offence on the railways.
They had no right to go through my phone bills. That's my business, mine.
You can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Oh, what do you know?
I know your watch is nicked.
Look, I was a loyal driver for that company, and where did it get me, eh? Here, it's a load of fuss about nothing. What about my human rights?
OK, who's still got a phone on them? Right, we'll have an amnesty. Anyone with a phone, put it in the basket now, and we'll forget all about it. To say I was disappointed is an understatement. I can only help you so much, people. You have to learn to help yourselves. Right, Sergeant. How's life for you?
Confusing.
Really? Tell me more.
Well, I used to be known as 100% Pratt. On account of my crime clear-up rate. There was never any trouble on my patch. They wouldn't dare. Zero tolerance. Then someone suggested I start up a Twitter account. to share my experiences. You know, life on the front line and all that. It's caught on as well. 2,000 followers is not to be sneezed at. Probably more than most minor celebrities, I should think. The trouble is, I feel I'm losing my touch. I haven't nicked anyone in weeks.
Oh, for heaven's sake. What's it? Oh, it's that Pratt tweeting again. Oh, you're not going to believe this. He says he's after a couple of intruders on the high street. That'll be us.
In the streets, mate, come on.
Yeah, thanks very much, Pratt.
My governor's not happy. Says I'm not the Pratt I used to be. The words early retirement have been mentioned.
I doubt whether the tweeting's helping. Maybe you should give it up.
What, and disappoint my fans?
Roy, how about you?
Give it to me, big boy.
Well, I'm basically addicted to my phone. You know, I mean, any opportunity I get, I just instinctively reach for it. Checking Facebook, checking Twitter, messages, playing games. And because of that, I recently had a very bad day at work. I'm in a very bad day. But I've actually just thought of something else, something even more depressing. So I recently took my wife out for a meal, you know, to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary. Place just opened in the high street, it's nice. As soon as I sat down, I got a text message, so I answered that. And then she got a Facebook message, so she answered that, so on. Even when the waiter brought the food, we barely acknowledged him, you know, just carried on. By the end of the night, I doubt whether we'd said 20 words to each other, and that's sad.
It's a modern tragedy. I want you to close your eyes, Roy, and I want you to think. Think of your lovely wife. And think of the wonderful conversations you could have had if you'd both left your mobile phones at home.
For her for whenever she comes to stay, which, let's face it, it's going to be more and more often. I mean, let's face it, Roy, she's not getting any younger, is she? So what I thought was we could do it Magnolia, but with a hint of lime green around the borders. You know, because she likes Magnolia, and let's face it, Roy, I mean, she's done a lot for us. She's been there for us through thick and thin. What do you think, Roy? What do you think, Roy? 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 Roy?
Roy? Roy? Do you feel better? Good. No matter what you've all been through, we are now here together. And together, we're going to be helping each other through this temporary blip in our lives. Do you like it? It's you. It's the gang. That's you, Roy, on your own, all weak and vulnerable. But together, we are strong.
There's 6 of us, and you've only got 5 puppies.
Well, funny you should say that, Terry, because there you are, the lone wolf.
Oh, well, Terry, my name's Terry too. Ouch.
Rough hands. Right, well, what's the story with you, Carl?
My story? I'm a gamer, mate. You know, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, World of Warfare, you name it, I'm on it 8, 10, 12 hours at a time. So they say, Carl, you're an addict. Sitting up in your room with your headphones on in your own little world, you need help. You've got a problem. But do you know what? It's better than listening to my mum and dad arguing, fighting, hitting each other. Actually, I'd like to thank you all for today. Because you know what? I'm going to sort my life out. I ain't never going to be forced to sit in a room with a bunch of middle-aged losers who think more of this than their kids, their wives, their jobs, their pride.
Well, I guess that told you lot.
And you, Mr. Sweeney, do you know why you've got 2,000 followers? They're all villains, mate, all of them. You let them know what you're up to, they stay one step ahead of you. You're a laughing stock, mate. Don't worry, you'll always be 100% Pratt to me. And you, mate, go and get a job on CBeebies. It's all you're good for.
Bit uncalled for.
A rude young man.
See, that is why this country is going to the dogs.
The youth of today.
I could tell you stories that would make your blood curdle.
If Hitler wanted to invade this country today, we wouldn't stand a chance.
You're right, Roy. Not with young people like that.
What a load of nonsense. What's that got to do with me?
Yeah, it's the losers that get distracted anyway. Message from the wife.
Just been wasting my time watching that fat loser off of EastEnders. I'll be home in 10 minutes.